Hello everyone, it's time for a bit of introduction. It's Wayne here from the Try Not to Crash podcast, the only place on the planet where you can listen to a 55-year-old novice pilot who hasn't a clue trying to explain aerodynamic theory. Only joking. I'm not a qualified flight instructor, and you should not be using a podcast or any form of social media to learn how to fly. That's the job of pilots, and that's why they have those big headsets, so they can listen to their favourite podcaster. Hopefully, me! All joking aside, I've decided to resurrect this podcast as it's fallen into the doldrums, a little bit like my flying. The good news is I've pulled my finger out, and subject to weather, I should be able to go flying, and hopefully I'm going to take you with me. Why is this podcast called Try Not to Crash? Well, that is the last thing my instructor said to me on my first solo flight, and it was quite poignant and quite useful, because fundamentally, that's what all pilots are trying to do. We try not to crash, as crashing hurts. So I'm going to try and avoid it. Incidentally, you won't hear me talking about crashes or other things that are going on in the aviation world, quite simply because I don't have the experience or the authority to talk about such things. I leave that for the so-called experts. What you are going to hear about is my experiences firstly as a student pilot, and now as a novice pilot, learning to fly and trying to navigate GA flying around the UK. It is not as easy as it sounds. My main efforts are into my YouTube channel. You can find me on YouTube. All you need to do is search for Whiskey Alpha Pilot, and hopefully, if everything works, you find me. But equally, if you just want to listen to my dulcet tones, then the podcast is the way to go. If you have any questions or comments or things you'd like me to do, then please just track me down on social media and send me a message. If you're going to complain about my landings not being on the centre line, then please don't bother, as my poor little Cessna is fed up being screamed at every time it doesn't want to land on the centre line. I keep telling it to keep straight, but you know what aircraft are like. Anyway, this is only supposed to be an introduction, so I'll let you get on, but whatever you're doing, please be safe and have fun. Thanks for listening. Bye.